So today we'll be taking a look at the reporting in GA4, which is the new version of Google Analytics. So there is a demo account for GA4 which can be accessed by anyone. So I have accessed this demo account, the Web Analytics account. And first, we are going to take a look at the home screen, the home dashboard, and then we'll take a look at the reporting section. So, on the home screen, you can see that there are some widgets here which give you an overview of the analytics information for your web property. So, here I can see how many users have accessed in the last 7 days, the event count, right? Conversions, how many conversions have happened out of those 17,000, how many of them were new users. Then I have a real time widget here telling me how many users came to the website in the last 30 minutes and from which country did they come from. So I get a quick view of this. And then when I scroll down, I can see the different channels from which the sessions originated from. So then I can see by countries where the users have come from. I can see the pages which they have been accessing. So, like I can at a quick glance, the stationery and apparel pages are the ones which got accessed the most. And then there is the insight and recommendations section, which shows me insights which I can expand and further analyze. So, example here it's showing me that last 1 week revenue was around 30,000 USD. Now let's jump into the report section. So this is the reports home, which is quite similar uh, to what we just saw. So I won't spend a lot of time on this. Let's jump into the different reports. So let's go into the real time report first. So this is the real time report, which shows us how many users were there in the last 45 minutes. So around 60% were from desktop. Okay. And then by audience, I can see how many of them were non-purchasers, recently active, etc. uh, Again, I can see which pages they accessed. Then events is a big thing in GA4, so you basically can set a lot of custom events, and here it tells me which events they have basically triggered right after coming to the website. So I can see page view, view promotion, so they viewed the promotion, engagement, etc. Okay. Then I can see the conversions. So some of these events can be marked as conversions, and those events are coming up here. So predicted top spenders is the most converting event. This is the real time overview report. Under life cycle, we have acquisition. Instead of overview, I'll jump to user acquisition directly. So here, if you see, it tells us by the first user default channel group, which is the channel which is getting us users. So I can see direct bringing in the most number of users for the last 1 month. And then there is cross network, organic search, paid search, and organic social. So it's neatly organized and makes it easy to understand where the traffic is coming from. So here there is a further breakdown. You can see the users engaged sessions and what has been the engagement rate, engaged sessions per user, average engagement time, which I feel is a good metric to look at. So at a quick glance, I can see email and organic social are getting me people who are more engaged. Then there is event count, which tells you which channel, how many people are triggering, how many events. And then there is conversions, and then the total revenue. Now let's take a look at the traffic acquisition report, right? So again, this is users by session, right? So similar kind of report. So let's move on. We'll go to the engagement section, go to events. So we can see what events got triggered the most. So there's page view, user engagement, view item list, etc. And on scrolling down, we see a table which details the top 10 events which have been accessed in the last 1 month. And I can see the count, users, and the total revenue, if any, driven by this event. Next, we'll take a look at the conversions report. Conversions, as I mentioned earlier, is like a subset of events. There are some events which you can mark as conversions. So these are some of the conversions which have uh, been triggered the most. View item, first visit, predicted top spenders, view cart. And on scrolling down again, I can see the top seven conversions. So these are the conversions, the total users, and the total revenue against those conversions. So I mean, I can see purchase. Of course, it's the one which actually gets the conversion once a purchase is done. So that's getting all the revenue, the website. Then you have the pages and screens report. So basically, you have Google plus redesign stationery page, basket.html, apparel page, lifestyle page, etc., which have been the most accessed in the last 1 month. And you get to see all the top 10 pages here once you scroll down. So it follows a similar format. So you can see the views, users, average engagement time, right? Events, conversion. Next, let's go to the landing page. So the difference between landing pages and like a normal pages report would be, landing pages would be the one wherein you basically start your session with. So basically you land on the website via this page. So that's the difference here. And you can see similar data for all your landing pages here. Uh, this is good to see, like, average engagement time per session. So I can see people who are coming in through the men's apparel page, for example, they have a really high engagement. Uh, Even for the clearance and the new section, they have pretty decent engagement time. Next, we'll take a look at the monetization report. So this would only be applicable if you are a e-com player. So if you are basically, if your website is B2B, for example, then probably you will not set up these kind of reports. Let's take a look at e-com purchases. So here you can see the item name, which is basically the product, right? Which is how many times it's getting viewed, right? What are the how many times these are getting added to the cart, how many times these are getting purchased. So very useful report to look at, because you get to know that like, looking at this, you can see that maybe 5 to 10% of the products which are getting added to the cart are getting purchased. So once you have that information, of course you can send out subsequent communication, right, to these people. So I'm going to skip all these other reports. Let's go to the user report for demographic details. So here you can see by country. So United States and Canada has the most traffic here, and you get to know the users, engaged sessions, average engagement time, events, conversions, revenue, which country is giving you the most revenue. So a lot of good information here. And then of course there is in all the reports, there's this filter here where you can click the drop down and select another option. So for example, let's take a look at city here. So now we have a drill down, right? Like a more granular view of which cities are getting us the users engagement and the revenue. Move to the audiences report. So here you can see for the different audiences that you have created, what is the how many users are coming in from that audience group, the sessions, the revenue. Last we'll take a look at tech details. So this is telling us by browser, right? How many users are coming in, the same metrics, sessions, uh, engaged sessions, conversions, total revenue. Gives you a sense of which browsers make sense to optimize your website for. So these are all the reports that are available in the reporting section, which is definitely, I would say, an extension of the older Universal Analytics version of Google Analytics. But post this transition to GA4, these are all the reports that you can access and take out a lot of value from the data that's available here. Thank you.